Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Eddie Marcus here again. This is the 31st of August. This is the last day. I think, ladies and gentlemen, I have to break down and be honest with you so I can kind of help the young people. The world is full of lies. In the Bible, you heard that there was a young man by the name of Moses. And they teach us that Moses was somebody that was special. He was raised by some powerful people. And he was supposed to have been powerful, but found out that he was just a second-class citizen. And he started hanging around the second-class citizens, people, to see what kind of information they had about their lives. And he heard that their information was different than the life that he had experienced. Make a long story short, they say this young man by the name of Moses one day went up on a mountain because he thought he heard someone up there making some noises. Went up there and he heard a voice speaking to him. You know the story. He saw a burning bush that wouldn't be consumed. You know the story. I didn't have a burning bush, ladies and gentlemen, but I had an experience that was just as legitimate. And it proved to me that there's a God that you can't see, can't touch, can't feel, can't conjure up with some emotional stuff, but is responsible for all existence and all of the good existence. The bad existence comes along when men, people like you and I, try to mess with it and try to out-God God. And we spend our whole life lying. We lie to our children. We try to teach our children the truth we say. And then one day they catch us lying. And they know right then that there's something about a lie that works. So they register it. They store it until they need it. And that's how it began. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this. I went through high school. I took the GED to get out. I got in a fight with a teacher. Went to college on a musical scholarship. Met a dude from Chicago. He introduced me and another friend of mine to marijuana. I had never seen a joint before in my life, except in a book. I remember it today as if it was just happened today. And it happened in 1969, 50 years ago. I remember it. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me. I got a chance to laugh. I got a chance to talk. I got a chance to loosen up those chains that had been put on my mind. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, the pains and the chains were many. In fact, 2 chains were on my mind that it took me almost my 50s to realize that they were there. One was the chain on my mind when the Union soldiers murdered and took the Indians and put them in reservations and took their land. Had me thinking they were doing that for me. I thought they were doing that for black people too. I didn't know we weren't citizens. Then found out later they had me hating Africa because they showed me pictures in movies of Tarzan. Had African people walking around with bones in their ears and in their nose. I was 50 some years old in a dream. A plane crashed in Africa. Scared me to death, almost. So, I just want to tell you some stuff, ladies and gentlemen. In smoking that weed, I found out something about life. I found out that God had a plan for life for all of us. And evil wanted to steal the show. God wanted us all to live. Evil says no. Evil says it wants to live as king, as Pharaoh, as queen. as Caesar, as president, as emperor. And in order for evil to live like that, everybody else had to be subservient. We had to come down so that these kings could be up, these queens could be up, these pharaohs could be up, these Caesars could be up, these presidents could be up. So everybody else was down. So I got the message that that was wrong. And I was sitting out here to tell you that that is not the way life is supposed to be. I was sitting out here to tell you that everybody on earth got a gift. Everybody on earth got a gift. And that gift, my friend, is a career of their own choosing that God has planted in them. So on this earth, they can contribute in the production of food, clothing, shelter, education, and all of the things that we can imagine. Human beings does this because God empowered them to do this. And by so doing, all things that's created at the hands of man belong to human beings. They can take from it as they need, want, or desire. There is no money in it at all. All of that is a scam by people like Donald Trump, Ku Klux Klan, right-wing haters, and all haters. They ain't not all white. They are Japanese. They are other Asians. They are Africans. They are people everywhere. They are just the same. The low-down, dirty, snake, evil devils serving Satan. That's what they are. They cause pain and suffering to the world. People don't have food and clothing. People don't have access to education. People don't have access to health care. People don't have access to life. Why? Because they've been robbed. And who helps them rob? The people, the evil. Evil does the road. And it picks up people to play the game. It got the church playing the game. The church tells you it's talking about God. They don't tell you anything about God. They tell you about a book. They say, my Bible says. Your Bible ain't said nothing. It said, I read in my Bible. It didn't tell you nothing. And now you passing it along as the gospel. For 400 years, at least, we have been second-class citizens. And you know what we've been passing along? That same old story. That same old story that kept us in bondage all our lives. We've been passing that story around, that same old lie about what my Bible said. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That Bible tells you that it is speaking in regards to men who had no book. But all of a sudden, now it's going to take away from those men who had no book and tell you that you got to have a book. Why? Because the evil one wants you to think that God can't talk to you. The evil one wants to talk to you for God. Why in the world do you think you got all of these different churches? Why in the world do you have all these books talking about sin? Why in the world they tell you got all talking about love? And ain't no love anywhere. There ain't no love nowhere. There's no love in a marriage. In a marriage, you ain't got nothing but another master. It's either the man or the woman. They're trying to master the other one, control their lives, tell them what they can do and what they cannot do, curse them out, beat them side the head, cheat on them, anything. It's all out here. Trying to tell somebody else how to live. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can say what you want to say. I'm telling you there's a God, and it's not Donald Trump. Donald Trump represents evil. They're trying to destroy the world. They're trying to destroy the world by all of the lies that they're saying about the Democrats, which might be true somewhere down the line, is that the Republicans are doing it right now. They want you to think that the Democrats are going to do it later. Trump even got you to think that the stuff that's happening in the streets right now is coming from the Democrats. No, it's not. It's coming from this country. It's coming from this country because you got a leadership in this country that does not give a damn about the people. People are upset because they don't have adequate living facilities, adequate living goodies. I mean, use that word. Food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, laugh and talk, play. No, they don't have that. And the system, the government, your Trumpster, what do you want to do? Send the military in. I'll send a guard down and we can have it fixed up in an hour. You stupid fool. You stupid fool. Only thing you can fix up in an hour is to blow up a motherfucking city. God dog it. Excuse me for saying that. The only thing you can fix in an hour is to blow it up, drop a bomb on it. And I don't think you're going to hurt black people any by doing that. You just going to hurt yourself. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that when George Floyd was murdered, to me, that was a sign from this God that I can't see, but I can communicate with the Spirit, through the Spirit, and with truth. God is saying that all the powers on earth right now is controlled by men. And all of those men are the same. They are murderers, they are thieves, and they don't give a damn about anybody. And you're crying out and you're hollering about the pain that it's causing won't do one darn thing to stop it. And the people watching it, observing it, calling you on it, will not do one darn thing to stop it. The only thing that will stop it is when you, the people, will not take it anymore. What they say, peaceful protest. What the hell is peaceful protest going to do to you? What do you do when you start talking about peaceful protest? They talk about putting you on the other side of the fence, putting you outside the place where people can see you, and you can do your peaceful protest. What does that tell you? If you want anything changed, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't gonna come from no peaceful protest. Why don't the United States attack Russia? Because Russia will kick the United States' ass. Why don't Russia attack the United States? Because the United States will kick Russia's ass. And so they respect one another. But you walking around here, no power, they just telling you what to do, making laws, telling you what to do, got you living on the streets, saying you can't do this, you can't smoke, you can't drink until they tell you, you can't do this, you can't do that. But you can be homeless. You can be hungry. You can be uneducated. You can be denied health care. All of that is fine with them. Oh, that's okay. But you having a job, you having access to food, clothing, shelter, education, living in peace, prosperity, and freedom, having the joy of your life and your fulfillment of your dreams, man ain't standing for that. And a fool, only a fool will let a man get away with it. And so what I'm saying right now, Americans are fools. The judges, the lawyers, the doctors, the presidents, the preachers, the bishops, the popes, the teachers, everybody is a fool. Is a fool because you letting the devil run your life. You're a fool. You are a stark naked fool. You got black people standing up, white people walking around with guns, talking about you ain't blood in the streets, our streets. Man, oh man, oh man. I guess I'll just say this. People who are being abused in this country, you're going to have to be ready to stand up. I mean, stand up. You don't have anything, but you got to be ready to stand up because you got right on your side. These people who got these guns and stuff, these right-wingers out here, they have been taught evil. They have been taught evil. They don't know anything about fairness. They don't know anything about justice. All they know is what the devil has taught them. What the devil has taught them. And if you want to know what God has taught somebody, you're not going to get it from no building. That's the devil got those people stuck in that building. You ever see those people come out of that building and start talking about we ain't going to take it no more? I'm not talking about walking around with a sign saying we ain't going to take it no more. They killed George Floyd. We ain't going to take it no more with a sign. Next week or next month or so, they killing Mr. Blake. They murdered him in the back. They not just put a knee on his neck. They, 7 bullets in his back. And we still walk around here talking about second-class citizens. We around here talking about racism. We still walking around here talking about, what do we sound like a sack of fools. Sack of fools. White folks are not going to give up nothing. They have stolen the earth. Well, in America, they have. They have stolen the earth. In Africa, something else going over there. But the white folks over there trying to steal Africa. Or they've been trying to steal Africa ever since they realized Africa had some resources. And here we are, looking for a Democratic president to replace the thug we got in the White House now. And you, the people, have been watching this stuff. If you're 18 years old, you've been watching it a little bit. If you're 50 years old, you've been watching it a long time. And if you are old as I am, nigga, please, you gotta do something. Because what they're talking about right now is nothing but a bunch of headaches.